Hi friends, Aitherea here, and it is once again that time of year. We have another Moogle Treasure Trove event happening next week starting on Tuesday, March 31st. They're calling this one the Hunt for Aphorism, and we are just going to go through all of the rewards and talk about what is worth it and what is not. So getting right into it, we have the Miner's Earring, which they do show in the picture way at the top. Here's a close-up of it. And this is 100 Moogle Tomestones. They do this every event. They always have something worth 100. It's usually an earring, but occasionally it can be something else. And this is exclusive to the event. So this will pretty much be your only time to get this earring if you want it. Occasionally they do reruns, like this Fat Cat Parasol, where it'll come in a future event, but you can't really count on that, so if you want it, I would say get it now. Moving on, we have the Fat Cat Parasol for 50 Moogle Tomestones. As I just mentioned, this is also an exclusive. It's a rerun from a past Moogle Tomestone event, so this is another one where if you want it, definitely get it because we don't know when we'll see this again in a Moogle Tomestone event. Next up is the Emerald Gwiber Trumpet for 50 Moogle Tomestones. This comes from Castrum Marinum Extreme, also known as the Emerald Weapon, which is probably why it's called the Emerald Gwiber. This one is kind of up to you whether or not you think it's worth it. It is not difficult to unsync this fight. However, you will have to fight with RNG, especially if you're in a group of people, so some people do prefer to get these via the Moogle Tomestone event. Similarly, if you are a free trial player or you're a low-level player, this is a way that you can get a cool mount that you don't have access to yet because this is from Shadowbringers, so if you're not to Shadowbringers yet, this is a way to get a really cool mount. Next up, we have another mount, the Ixion Clarion for 50 Moogle Tomestones. This one costs 300 faux leaves, which you get from doing Unreal Trials. I think you can also get it from the Certificate of Commendation, the silver one from Chloe, which you get from doing Wondrous Tales, but I think you have to get like 2 lines or something, 2 or 3. I'm not sure how many of them you need if it's just one, but either way, I do think this one for 50 is actually worth it, because likely the time that it will take you to farm the Moogle Treasure Trove event will be probably quicker than those other options. So if you like this mount, I think this is a good way to go about getting it. Next up, we have Modern Aesthetics, Styled for Hire, also for 50 Moogle Tomestones. I think this one is Highway Robbery because this one is 18,000 wolf marks, which may sound like a lot, but if you do any PvP in no time, you will be absolutely swimming in wolf marks. I'm at the point where I have like nothing to spend wolf marks on. I spend them on like glamour prisms and stuff. Like it's crazy. It's so easy to get these wolf marks, so I don't think it's worth it. However, if you absolutely positively hate PvP, that would be a reason to get it this way. I actually absolutely positively hate PvP, but I still do it because there's a lot of really cute glam and stuff involved with PvP, so I think it's worth doing even though I don't like it. Similarly, if you're on the free trial, you cannot do PvP at all, but you can do, once the Mog Pendium stuff comes out, there will be stuff in here that you can do as a free trial player. So it could definitely be worth it to farm this hairstyle if you like it and you're a free trial player. Next up, we have Ballroom Etiquette, Fear and Loathing. This is the Tremble emote. You've probably seen many NPCs do this. This one is also 50 Moogle Tomestones. This one you get basically from Centurio seals. You have to collect about 3,000 of them, exchange them for 6 Mythic Mark clan logs, which you can then exchange at an NPC for the Tremble emote. Why is it so much exchanging? I don't get why they don't just like say it's 3,000 Centurio seals or something. Like, I don't know, it's a whole thing. Is this one worth it for 50? I mean, I think that depends. For me, I would say close to yes. I do already have this emote. I did farm it. But at least for me in Crystal, I noticed there's not really a lot of Centurio trains, which is the fastest way to get Centurio seals. So it's kind of like if you want to get it quickly, yes. If you don't want to have to do like daily hunts, because you don't have to do hunt trains to get this. You can just do the A marks and B marks and stuff. Like you can do the daily hunt mark things and the weekly hunt marks, and you will eventually get it. But this would probably be faster because you're not limited. Like with hunt marks, you're technically a little bit limited in how many you can do every day and every week. So this would probably be faster because you can just do whatever method you please to get your tomestones. And yeah, so I think it is worth it, but it's not necessarily a priority because it's also not hard to get in the game. So that's kind of where that one is at. Next up, we have the Blood on the Wind Orchestrion roll for 50 Moogle Tomestones. This one costs 25 Bosjan clusters. You can also buy it on the market board for roughly 400k. Because Bosja is no longer current and thus it's not like super popular, like there's still people doing it, but it's not a lot. It's a lot harder to find like the cluster farms, and cluster farms are kind of boring because you're just pulling a bunch of mobs and killing them. And like you can cluster farm alone in there, especially if you have good actions and stuff on your bar. But I don't know, personally, I think it's kind of boring to cluster farm. So, and like I said, it's gonna be hard to find like a party of people to help you because Bosja's just not current and people just aren't really doing it. Plus they kind of killed a lot of the rewards in Bosja in Occult Crescent by putting Bosja exclusive rewards in Occult Crescent. So it's like a whole thing. Basically my point is I think it could be worth farming it via the Moogle Tomestone event if you like the song, because that way you don't have to unlock Bosja. If you don't have Bosja unlocked, you have to do like all the Stormblood Alliance raids to unlock it, which by the way are great Alliance raids, so you should do them anyway. But it's kind of like a little amount of work, and it's maybe kind of boring, where with Moogle Tomestones you can at least get more variety. And it's, again, if you're a lower level player and you like the song and you don't have access to Bosja because it was Shadowbringers, you know, it definitely can be worth it. Next up we have the Ironfrog Ambler. This is a minion. And this they have up for 30 Moogle Tomestones. So normally you would get this by doing a special fate called a Finale Most Formidable in Kaluja, which is in Shadowbringers. And because it's a special fate, it requires you have to do sometimes like a chain of specific fates in order to even get this fate to pop, and it is a little bit RNG. If you're lazy, you can just track Faloop within your server and be like, when is it up? You know, that kind of thing. Like you don't have to try and pop it yourself, but basically it's kind of a process to even get this fate to happen. Maybe you have a life and you have work and you can't sit there on a Faloop waiting for this to pop. I think this could definitely be worth getting if you like this minion, because waiting around for the fate might be annoying. But again, I would say not a priority because it's not hard to get. It's just probably going to be easier and quicker doing it through the Moogle Tomestone event. Next up, we have these 3 Craftsman's glam items, Coverall top, singlet, and Coverall bottoms, all for 30 Moogle Tomestones. These you can get with Sky Builder's scripts, which are part of the Ishgardian Restoration. So you can also buy them on the market board, and they are roughly 200 to 300k. So if you want to save money and you don't see yourself doing Ishgardian Restoration, maybe you don't like crafting, you can gather, and that can be a way maybe to get enough scripts. I'm not 100% sure on that because I'm not big on crafting and gathering. So if you like these, you don't want to spend the money on them, and you don't really want to do Ishgardian Restoration because you're just not into crafting, I think then it would be a good idea to buy them from the Moogle Tomestone event. Next up, we have the MGP Platinum Card, which, as you can see, gives you 50,000 MGP. This one is 30 Moogle Tomestones, and it's absolutely worth it. This is a great one to get after you've gotten everything else on this list that you maybe don't have or want. You know, you prioritize the things you want the most, but especially if you're like a veteran player that doesn't have anything, and maybe you passively, because a lot of veterans like myself, we don't really even do the Moogle Tomestone event anymore because we don't need anything from it, so it's like, why waste our time? But if you are getting them kind of passively from doing your roulettes and things like that, maybe you decide to do the weeklies because they're easy, like the weekly Mog challenge thingies, and the mini mog because they're pretty easy, then that could be something that you could spend this on, because there are so many rewards in the gold saucer. Like, even as a veteran, I don't have them all. There's a 2 million MGP mount, there's a 4 million MGP mount, there's like some glam, there's just like so much stuff. There's a few emotes, there's a lot, so it's definitely worth it to get these. Next up, we have the Bomb Palanquin Horn for 30 Moogle Tomestones. This is a mount that comes from the Kobold Allied Society. It does cost 120k from the vendor there, and I do believe you have to have trusted rank to get it. However, I personally do not think this is worth it via the Moogle Tomestone event, because the Allied Society quests take you like 5 minutes every day. Yes, you will have to wait like a week or two before you're able to rank up high enough to get it, but it's just so easy. It's just so easy. Like, I can never recommend these. It's just, to me, a waste of your time and Moogle Tomestones. There's like better stuff you can get. I just don't think it's worth it. I know some people are like, oh, 120k, that's a lot. You might feel that way as a new player, but someday you're going to be rolling in dough. Like, I think when I finished the MSQ, and I started in Shadowbringers, so when I finished up to the Shadowbringers MSQ, I had 1 mil. I had 1 mil from like going through the MSQ. So you're going to be making money passively by like doing the MSQ, doing roulettes and stuff. That 120k, like, I feel like most people are going to be able to do it, but obviously only you can decide. Next, we have the Direwolf Whistle. This is 120k from the Ixal vendor. It's kind of the same deal as the Bomb Palanquin, except the Ixal is definitely the most annoying of the ARR beast tribes. Like, the other ones are not bad at all. This one is kind of annoying. So it is also 120k from the vendor, and you also have to do a crafter or gatherer to do this. You can level this up kind of passively because they have this like crafted like turn-in thing, and that's what I did. I just like bought stuff off the market board and like turned it in. But you know, if you're not rich, then that might not be an option for you. So if you like this mount, this one I will allow you to skip the beast tribe for and get it with Moogle Tomestones, but I won't allow it for the Bomb Palanquin. That one you have to do it the normal way. It's not worth it. All right, next we have more mounts. The Lunar Kamuy Fife. This one is from Tsukiyomi Extreme, so it's called like the Minstrel's Ballad, Tsukiyomi's Pain or something like that. This is an easy one to unsync. I don't think you even need a full group anymore to unsync it. However, you know, you always have to compete with RNG. I don't think the drop rate is that terrible, but if you are unsyncing with a group of people, then you also have to have good RNG against those other people. So, you know, it can take a while to get this, and so maybe it would take you less time to farm the Moogle Tomestones, and it's more variety than doing the same fight over and over again. The same is true of the Euphonious Kamuy Fife. This one comes from Hell's Cure Extreme. And yeah, it's basically the same situation. It's easy to unsync. You probably don't even need a full group. But if you don't want to have to worry about RNG, then just get it from the Moogle Tomestone event. Now we have a bunch of housing items, and I'm not going to go over them separately because none of them are worth it. Most of these housing items are worth like less than 1k on the market board. I think only this ornamental crystal array thing is worth like 40k, and even that is not a lot. The Mummer's Shelf you actually get with MGP, I think. I think it's like 8k in the gold saucer. Either way, that's really not a lot of MGP. That's like literally 2 gates. Like, it's really not. None of these are worth it, okay? Next up, we have the Wind Up Ixal. This is also from the Ixal Beast Tribe from ARR. This one, you have to be sworn. The ARR tribes are so annoying because most of them, the highest I think is only like trusted. It only has like 4 ranks. But then for some reason, the Ixal goes up to like sworn or maybe even bloodsworn. I think it has more ranks, and it's the most annoying one. It's 25k from the vendor, but once again, like, if you don't want to do the Ixal, I don't blame you. Just get it with the Moogle Tomestones. Next up, we have the Magic Bucket. This is actually, I don't know that it's rare because I'm not a fisher, but it comes from fishing. Like, you can go fishing in a specific area in the world, somewhere in Kurthus, and this is something that you could possibly catch. It's a little minion. I think this is worth getting because if you haven't unlocked Fissure, you haven't done Fissure, I can't tell you how rare it is because I haven't unlocked Fissure, so maybe it's super easy to get, maybe it's not. But from my perspective as someone who like hasn't really done much fishing, it's not a lot of tomestones. You can't buy it on the market board. It's untradeable. So why worry about RNG? Why worry about Fissure? Just get your magic button. Like, why bucket. Get your magic bucket. Why not? Next up, we have the Heirloom gear as well as the Paglth'an gear. All of these are 15 Moogle Tomestones. Now, these are from level 80 dungeons because we have Matoya's Relict and also Paglth'an is where they are from. So you can unsync them. They should be pretty, like, fairly easy to unsync, though not quite as easy as some of the earlier dungeons. However, you do have to worry about RNG. So while I wouldn't put these as a priority of something that you would want to farm because, you know, it's not hard to get, the RNG of trying to get what you want from there can be frustrating. So it might be easier to just, if you want any of these tops, just get them from the Moogle Tomestone event. So you only have to do probably like, I mean, it'll depend on what you decide to farm, but it could take you maybe like 20-30 minutes and you have the pieces or piece that you want. Next up, we have all of the special time-worn maps for 15 Moogle Tomestones. I definitely think that these are worth it if you like doing maps. They're leveled from 70 to 90, so we've got 70, 80, and 90 maps in here. And while they aren't current, the reason these maps are good is because they are a guaranteed portal. So that already is great for your RNG. So if you're trying to farm maybe one of the special mounts that comes from maps, there's also a lot of glamour that is still popular that comes from materials that comes from these maps. So even though they're not current maps, they are still worth doing, I think. So if you like doing maps and you want the guaranteed portal, I think 15 is definitely worth it. Especially as a veteran, too, if you don't have anything you really want to spend on, then these could also be a good choice. Next up, we have all of these riding maps for 10 Moogle Tomestones. These are not worth it because flying is simply faster, and unfortunately, riding maps do not affect your flying speed at all. That is a myth. So there's really no point in getting these. They really just have no purpose because you can fly basically everywhere in the game. Next up, we have a handful of triple Triad cards ranging from 7 to 10 Moogle Tomestones. If you're trying for the triple Triad achievement mount, definitely get these. Personally, I suck at triple Triad, so sometimes I struggle to beat the NPCs, I will admit that. The other reason that it can be good to get these is some of them might drop in like dungeons or trials where it might be a little bit RNG, whether or not it's even going to drop. So this way you can just get it with your 7 Moogle Tomestones and be done with it. Next up, we have the Wind Up Succubus minion for 7 Moogle Tomestones. This one I don't personally think is worth it. You can get it for 500 allied seals, which are not really that hard to get if you do the hunt marks or literally just like some S ranks in A Realm Reborn. I have so many allied seals that I don't know what to do with because I'll randomly see like a call for an S rank and I'll just go do it and I get a bunch of allied seals. So, you know, I don't think it's worth it, but it is only 7, so not really a big deal. Get it if you want it. Next up, we have Hopl's Dropple Orchestrion Roll. This comes from the Qitari Beast Tribe, which is in Shadowbringers. It costs 6 Qitari compliments. I don't personally think it's worth it because I like the Beast Tribes and they're not hard. I mean, again, it is one of those things where I believe the Qitari one is Gatherer. So if you don't have a Gatherer, you don't want to do Gathering, but you like the song, this could be a reason to get it because it's so cheap. I'm not sure what rank you have to be to buy this. Maybe you can get it right away. Maybe you have to be ranked up to like Sworn. Who knows? I really don't know. I just don't think it matters because I'm like, what? Like, you gotta rank up all the way to get the really cool Ronka of Serpent Mount anyway. So like, you might as well. Like, in my opinion, Beast Tribes are so easy to do. And this one in particular has kind of like a silly story about the Great Serpent of Ronka, if I'm remembering correctly. So I feel like it's totally worth doing the actual Beast Tribe. But, you know, again, I can't choose for you. I'm just telling you what I think. It's 7 Moogle Tomestones, whatever. Okay, the next one, the Abigail Barding. I don't have this Barding, but I'm going to show a picture. This is actually so cute. This comes from silver or gold sacks in Palace of the Dead, which you have to get those above floor 100 apparently. So it sells for 135k on the market board. This is actually like a really good deal to get this for 5 Moogle Tomestones. So if you're like me and you don't have this, get this. I'm definitely going to get it. It's super cute. Like, I'm actually surprised it's on there and on there for so cheap. Like, it must not be that rare because it's only 135k, but it is still like somewhat rare and there's a lot of RNG involved. And Palace of the Dead is the first deep dungeon, so it's not really like Pilgrim's Traverse where you have a bunch of like reset points where like if you want to start at level 70, you can start at floor 70. Like, it doesn't do that. So you have to go from 50 to 100 and past 100 to get, like, do you guys get what I'm saying here? Like, the work that it would take to get this in POTD, this could take you like hours, if not days, if not weeks, if your RNG is really bad. Or you could buy it on the market board for 135k, but personally, like 5 Moogle Tomestones, hell yeah. As always, I'm not talking about the magic prisms, okay? They don't exist. All right, so that is it. Those are all of the rewards from the Moogle Tomestone event and where they come from, so you can understand if it is a good idea to try and get them or not. Hopefully this helps you figure out what you want to farm from this event, if anything. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider leaving a sacrifice to Lord Algorithm in the form of a like, comment, share, or subscribe. Once again, thank you for watching, and thank you to my channel members for supporting me.